Hello, Michael Finn, holistic exercise and lifestyle coach, and I'm on my slippery slide board, and I'm going to show you how to work the glutes and the hamstrings really well, and in some different ways that normally we don't get the glutes and hamstrings worked. So, don't have to have a slide board, but they're really great because they have lots of different functions. I put a few videos up here about using my slide board. I also like to change things up. The more we hit muscles in different ways, the better, the smarter, the stronger all those muscles get, so that they can function better in our body. So you can also use little sliding coasters on the floor that they sell. You can also just put on a slippery pair of socks if you've got some hardwood floor, so to work different things. So here we go. So the upper body is going to be on a non-slippery surface, so I'm laying on my back, totally flat. My arms out to the side for a little bit of stability there. My legs are on the slide board, and I've got my slippery booties on my feet. So what we want to do, we want to have the belly button in nice and tight for good stability. We're going to push those feet into the floor so that we just barely lift the hips up off of the ground. So that way you're going to feel the whole deep longitudinal system in your back. Everything from your middle back through your hips, through your hamstrings. This is great for the whole back and through the whole core for that kind of strength. So if that's tough enough for you right there, you can just start by doing that, just lifting everything up off the floor. And in all reality, you don't even need a slide board for this. You can just start by just doing that, just lifting the hips just barely up off the floor so you're not bending your legs. You're just pushing through the backs, and you're going to feel it in your calves and your hamstrings, everything all the way up your body. So, but then once you do that and you're good there, you lift those hips, and then you bend your legs and you curl your feet underneath your knees, and your hips come up too. So we don't want to leave the hips down here by the floor. We want to curl them all the way up, and this way, when you get all the way up there, you're really going to use the hamstrings, the glutes, once again, those low back muscles and all the little multifidi muscles. They all have to work. You can even get slippery like I am. Woo! Move those feet. Okay, keep those hips up there. And then straighten the legs all the way back out, and then lower back down to the ground. Okay? So lifting the hips, pulling those feet all the way under, tighten up those hamstrings and glutes. Okay? And then slowly lower all the way back out and down. So really great for the whole posterior chain, especially those hamstrings, especially for those of us that play sports and sprint. This is a great way to really strengthen up the hamstring muscles. Especially when you lower and straighten those legs really slow. It really develops a lot of fiber tension and fiber strength to reduce the risk of hamstring tears, which none of us want. Alright? So that is a great way to work those glutes and hamstrings. Now you can also have the legs already bent. So if you have your hips down on the floor and your upper body down on the floor and you have your legs already bent, you can keep them bent like that, and you can just do a floor bridge up here where you just push those hips up towards the ceiling using those glutes, but you are going to feel those hamstrings working a lot harder because your feet want to slide out away from you. So it's a little bit more hamstring dominant activity, but I will say the glutes and the hamstrings work hand in hand. We need to keep them strong, and we need to make sure that we hit them in lots of different ways so that they get strong in lots of different ways. Alright, so that's a good way to work the glutes and the hamstrings on our slide board. So hit the subscribe button, ring the little bell. I look forward to seeing all of you in the next video, and have a happy and healthy day working your glutes and hamstrings.